I'd like to say something about the mind or the brains, or whether the brain is a mind and the mind is a brain, or things like that. And a lot of times we contemplate too much. Where do thoughts come from? What are dreams? What is reality? What is the nature of reality? What is the nature of our being? What's the nature of ourself? I was privileged to have gone on several spirit quests, and the last one I went on with a gentleman we called Grandfather took me 3 months, 6 months to get through it, because he said, quite rightly so, that the purpose of a spirit quest is to find yourself and to make your spirit strong. And if your spirit is strong, things don't bother you so much. Which is true, because somebody's speaking to you in Chinese, you don't care what they're saying as long as they're not going to hurt you. And the same thing is true about somebody saying something else. They're really not going to hurt you if your spirit is strong. But as I went through this spirit quest, I realized that a lot of times we don't take the time to think about what the heck is going on. For instance, if we find somebody attractive, now, why are we finding this person attractive? Why are we finding what they say interesting? What is the thought that they are giving us that is such an inspiration? Where does this inspiration come from? Where is the reality of this inspiration? Is this on some sort of a physical or a spiritual or a mental level? Well, we don't know. But yet, there's this sphere of influence around us and everything else. Like I say, Chief Joseph said that all things are sacred, and the stones themselves carry the imprint of the people, the ancestors that have passed away, speaking to us in many various ways. That might be true. We don't know, because the complications of the world and the universe, and I'm not talking about as we interact with other people, there's so many things out there that we do not understand, nor will we ever understand. I think that quite honestly what happens is, as people get into this a little bit more and more and more, it becomes so mind-boggling that it is mind-boggling. I had a friend of mine years ago that started to write a book called Conversation Between a Theologian and a Physicist. And the physicist said one thing, and the theologian said another thing. The theologian said the Word became flesh, and the physicist said that constituents of constituents, meaning energy without form becomes energy with form, until essentially it becomes a table that we can use and utilize. So therefore they were saying the same thing, and as Chief Joseph was saying also too, all things are sacred. All things are spirit. We don't know exactly what it is, and we don't know how to control it, but we can use it as a form of influencing for controlling ourself on our individual universe of self. And when we control that universe of self, we control how we feel about things and how we think about things, and that's the important thing. The important thing is not to get wrapped up into the complications of quanta and science and all these other things, to keep a reality of our own universe, because it allows us to be free of all these angst and anxieties and frustrations and turmoils that we really don't know. We don't need those things, and as we experience life a little bit more, we learn that the complications of life are only things that we ourselves create. In native spirit, I find it very comfortable, because we don't have a book of rules. We don't have a rule that says, you have to do this, you must do this. You do it if you want. If you don't want to do it, it's fine too, as long as you don't hurt somebody else. But I find so many of these other genres that are saying, this is how you must act, this is how you must behave, this is how you must genuflect, this is how you must think, this is how you must do. Because otherwise you're going to be punished. Punished with what? How? We're going to be punished in some abstract concept of a punishment center where everybody falls into a pit and is burnt forever. Well, show me that pit, show me that hole, show me that fire. I don't know. I'm not putting it into a denial genre and saying these things don't exist. Maybe it does. Once again, the universe is so complicated and completely expanding, and it may exist and it may not, or it may exist only in our mind. But meanwhile, here on Earth, Native Spirit simply says, enjoy life, be pleasant, be happy. Don't take things so serious. Take it a little bit on the slow side. Thank you.